first podcast. Let's go. Let's go. Gotta make history here, boys. Welcome to the pod. What's up, guys?
What's up, boys? Thanks for coming on short notice.
Thanks for having us.
Discuss some important stuff. Important weekend ahead of.
Yeah, we heard there was an emergency. Everything okay?
Thank you. Yeah, emergency episode right here. NFL playoffs this weekend, divisional round. It's a big weekend, all right. This video is going to be mostly for just to give out information about this weekend's game. Sports gamblers, we're not influencing you guys to gamble. We're just going to give you guys information
That is
about.
not what we do.
That's not what we do. We're going to give you guys information to help you guys make your picks. We're not going to tell you our picks and for you guys to copy. We're going to tell you information, stats that are going to help you guys make the most calculated picks that you guys can make.
And the best part is you guys are getting 4 whole opinions, so you guys can choose from whatever you guys want. Mix and match, because creating those parlays, for those of you who know, you guys know. Especially with 4 games this weekend.
4 games ahead of us.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's definitely gonna be some good ones.
For sure.
Oh, 4 games.
Because
4 games.
I know a lot of people watch Red Zone, right? And my Sundays were devoted to Red Zone, so I've been waiting this whole year, waiting for these playoffs to start. And the first round really didn't disappoint, as you guys can see. There were some other people we could have had for this video, I assume, but they didn't make it to the second round.
I sense some nervous fans over here.
Yeah.
I got the Bills guy over here. Then Bengals.
Yeah.
Bengals.
My team's not in the playoffs, unfortunately.
The Bears.
Chicago Bears, eh?
Bears fan didn't
Very
make it.
unfortunate.
My Bengals fan. I think he's the only Bengals fan I know in Montreal.
Alex is the
Alex.
only.
We had to bring him on the pod. The only Bengals fan we know in Montreal.
Because 31 years, no
True.
playoff wins.
Um,
That's a long time.
You better be ready to back your Bengals up.
Well, that's what I'm here for, man. But let me tell you something. I can't discredit the Titans because they're a solid team. I didn't want to have to face them.
Okay, so we all know that that's the game you're most excited for.
Oh, yeah,
and
100%.
We know you're the game
Of course.
you're most excited
Of course.
for,
Of course.
but Tom and me,
I'm most excited probably for the Bills game. I'm gonna
I'm
hop on the
excited to
Bills
see-
bandwagon a bit.
That is the feature game.
I think it is the most exciting game because it's Sunday.
And they played last
at 8
year.
o'clock,
It's
and
a-
they played last year.
it's a pure rematch.
Yeah, last year's rematch, and then I think with this game, this is a clear road to after
What rematch?
probably a Super Bowl.
Yeah, ahead of the
Yeah.
Bills. If the Bills could pull it off.
Another
I hope for
rematch.
you. I hope
Another
for you.
rematch that's big. Packers San Fran. Back in 2019, San Fran knocked the Packers out of
Yeah,
the conference
that's true.
championship to go play in the Super Bowl after.
Who was
So
the
that's a big
quarterback at the
matchup.
time?
The San
Garoppolo.
Fran, it was
Yes,
Garoppolo and
Garoppolo.
Rodgers. So I think we should get straight into the analysis. I don't know which game you guys want to start. Tommy?
We'll start with the first game.
First game, Saturday at 4:30,
Yeah.
which is the
The Bengals Titans.
Bengals-Titans matchup. First
So
seed.
So we got Bengals Titans tomorrow at 4:30, Saturday at 4:30, right? Then the 49ers Packers at 8:15, Rams Buccaneers Sunday at 3 o'clock,
Yeah, that's a good.
and then the game I've been waiting for, and I'm eager to watch, Bills Chiefs Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Here we go. All right.
Right. So let's go straight into the Cincy matchup.
Yeah, first
Okay.
game.
Let's start off with you guys.
Okay.
First off, tell me your picks for this week and
Okay.
why.
I'm gonna go Titans, only because Derrick Henry's back and they're playing at home. I feel like the momentum is gonna be really hard to break for the Bengals, and Derrick Henry, he's been rested, he's ready to go, and we all know what he could do. So I'm excited to watch what the Bengals defense is gonna do to try and contain him, but I don't think they're gonna be able to do enough, to be honest.
Can I say
Yeah,
So yeah, that's my Titans.
Well, look, I have to agree. Titans, great running team. They have the arguably greatest running back in the league, who's coming off, I don't know how many
He's the
weeks
king,
of
man.
rest.
He's
He
the
is
king.
the king
He's the
right
king.
now. And as a Bengals fan, I don't want to go up against him. And I thought when I heard that, during the game when Hendrickson went out with they took him out of the game and pretty much they've cleared him. And I think that he's gonna bring a spark to that D line to be able to shut him down. And I honestly. Not biased, a little bit biased, but the Bengals have had a historic year on
Yeah, it is. That's
a lot of different counts, and I think that obviously teams win games, but who's gonna want it more? And I feel like this Bengals team is gonna come out there and they're gonna want it like they've never wanted it before.
Joe Burrow is really good under pressure. I can't deny the fact that he can lead them to a win.
Joe Burrow's impressed me, man.
Yeah. Yeah. He's older than some of the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like, he's older than Lamar Jackson. I
Yeah, he
didn't
came
know
in
that.
late. Yeah, he came in
And
late.
something you guys forget is Joe Burrow won a state championship. This guy
Yeah.
is a winner, and he's
He is.
won
That's
with
why-
Jamar Chase.
That's why I can't deny the fact
Yeah.
that he could lead them to a win. But can they do enough to contain Derrick Henry,
Yeah,
man?
containing that run, that Derrick
We'll see.
Henry run, is
Um,
gonna be tough.
I'm gonna pick Titans.
Cincy ranked 7th run defense in the NFL. If they manage to stop Derrick Henry, it's going to be an easy one. Another thing is, Cincy's really opportunistic defense. I love that those defensive backs, Eli Apple, Hilton, Awuzie, I love to see them play.
What about the strong safety, Jesse Bates?
Jesse
man?
Bates as well. I love to see that defensive backcourt. I think they're gonna, when they have to start running that play action game, Tennessee, they're gonna be opportunistic. They're gonna get some turnovers on the ball. So you stop Derrick Henry, I think since he takes that all the way, easy game. They just have to stop that run game, first and second down, not a lot more than 4 yards a run, and then they have that game in the bag.
Well, Tennessee is favorites, you know.
Yeah.
According to Betway.
3.5, I think the spread is.
Tennessee is favorites, of course. First seed. They were the first seed. They had a bye week. That's another thing we have to take consideration. They're coming off a bye week. They're coming off rest. They're coming off an extra week of preparation. They're coming off an extra week of film. They should be more prepared than Cincinnati, technically.
As important as rest is, the Bengals are coming off a historic win.
Yeah.
And something that, like, as Burrow showed in interviews, he's saying it isn't a big deal because he only has one thing on the top of his head, and it's to win a championship.
Of course.
Right?
They have the momentum.
Yeah,
man.
you're right.
Yeah, because beating the Raiders, a lot of people said that they weren't an amazing team, and obviously there were better teams in the AFC that could have taken that playoff spot, like the Chargers, or even the Colts, two really good teams. And the Raiders somehow managed to get in there, but the Bengals played a better game, and I feel like that's what they're gonna do again this week against Tennessee. Man.
Of course.
We'll see.
So me in a close one, I think Cincy takes it and
Takes it.
upsets. That's my pick.
Tom,
You, Tommy?
because
I
we're
think,
2-1 over here.
I think I'll go with Cincinnati, the Bengals,
Oh.
man. I like Burrow.
Like Burrow, you want to see him win, huh?
I want to see
Burrow over Tannehill. If you just think of that alone, I'll take
But
Burrow.
I also like Derrick Henry. This guy trains like a monster. He's a monster. He is a
Make up your
monster.
mind, man. Come on.
Make up the mind.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
go
you
with.
want to see Cincy
I'm
win.
gonna have to go with the Titans, though.
Yeah.
The
All right.
Titans.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Please, my
Is
dad.
that,
a bit too.
is that the final? That's the final bet.
That's the
So
final-
we're
that's the
split-
final bet.
split
So we have
2-2 here.
Cincy.
No.
No, he
You
put
just said Titans.
Titans.
I
Titans.
changed it to the Titans because I'm a
Change it to
Derrick
Titans.
Henry fan. I like him a lot.
All right. So Titans, Cincy, Titans. That's the final projection of our.
It's not a unanimous
Our
one.
analysis.
It's not a unanimous one. But I don't think we're gonna have a lot of unanimous ones.
Because
ahead of
that's
us.
the great thing. Like the
But-
first round. Yeah, go ahead.
Bro, then again, I just wanted to say it's playoffs. Anything can happen. At the end of the day, our picks are what we think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
For this
playoffs,
game,
man.
I wouldn't touch the
I've seen some
spread.
crazy playoff things, man.
Yeah, of course. For this game, I wouldn't touch the spread. I take Cincy, and I take the over. I don't think no defense are gonna stop each other. The over is at 47.5 right now. The line sits at 47.5. I suggest the over, and I take Cincy straight up. I wouldn't touch that spread.
Really?
I'd go over.
I feel
I'd
like
go over.
I would hit a Cincy 3.5.
Plus 3.5.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
look, at the end of the day, I'm a
It's
Cincy
gonna
fan.
be a
And
close one. I would not put Titans spread.
Yeah.
I would not
Yeah.
put Titans spread.
I'm a Cincy fan, man. But like, obviously, there's a chance they could lose. I just don't really see them losing by more than 3, man. Like, I don't see them
Yeah,
going out like
honestly,
that.
I'd put
Honestly,
Cincinnati
now that I'm
spread.
thinking about it, I said it wrong. Obviously, you take the underdog plus.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
meant to say.
Yeah, so yeah, if you think Cincinnati is gonna win, straight up with the spread.
All right, so we got the picks for tomorrow's game at
Picks are in,
4:30.
yeah. Picks are in.
Then we got the night game at 8:15.
What's that game again?
49ers Packers.
So that's a good one. I
Ooh,
love
some MVP contention.
I love Rodgers,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Rodgers is
I love
crazy.
Rodgers. Yeah.
The things he can do with so little time,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what's gonna be the difference at the end of the day. He has what Garoppolo doesn't. He has that gunslinger. You know he could throw it.
You've been playing too much Madden.
I have been playing a bit too much Madden. So EA.
Yeah, one time I was
It's
on
addicting.
Madden. Yeah, it's a bad game.
Are you good at Madden at least?
I'm
They get
decent.
smoked.
Let's just say I'm decent. I'm getting there.
They're decent. They're decent.
I'm not a veteran, but I'm getting there. But yeah, Rodgers, I love him, man. I love watching him. But what San Fran did last week impressed me. Impressed me a lot.
I think that's the upset of the week. Upset of the week, San Fran over
San Fran.
Packers.
Oh, that's a
Because of
huge
what?
upset.
Because of what they did to Dallas though last.
Because of
year?
everything,
Last
and I'm gonna lay everything out. You're gany see there's so many things, so many
I don't think
stats,
I'm
so
ready.
many info.
Started.
I started up.
Started up.
Last 3 times the Packers made it to the conference finals. The last 3 times Packers have made it in the playoffs, they got knocked in the conference championship. 2020 to Tampa, 2016 to Atlanta, 2019 to the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, I think they upset them again. San Fran ranks 8th points per game, 4th in yards per play, 6th against first downs. They're a good defense. They're a top defense, okay? Green Bay ranks 12th against the run, which you think isn't bad, right? San Fran's going to pound the rock. 12th isn't bad. But again, Green Bay has a good offense that scores, gives their team a good lead, and then they can't run. Then the opposite team doesn't run the ball anymore. Then they have to pass. So that's the reason why I think this stat 12th best run defense for Green Bay isn't valid. Green Bay ranks 31st in the league, second last against rushing yards per attempt. And they're playing the best rushing offense in the league. I don't know. I don't really see that defense stopping. Yeah, they're getting healthy again.
The
Darius Smith is
Niners
back.
have the best rushing offense in the league.
The Niners have a crazy rushing offense. That stat I don't have specifically. I don't know if you could search it up. But we saw what they did to Dallas. They marched all over them. But Green Bay ranks second last in the league for rushing yards per attempt. That means they're allowing a lot of yards per run, which is terrible.
Yeah.
Okay? You guys have anything to add to that?
Well, I mean,
Well,
You guys see how good of a running offense San Fran has. It's disgusting. They run, play action, run, play action. Already that's hard to stop.
look, there's an argument that I'm going to make, and it's that the Green Bay Packers have been waiting, have had this like main core, you know, like they have Devontae Adams and they have
It's
Aaron Rodgers,
working
man,
this year.
and it's
It's
been
working
working this,
this
and
year.
they finished with the best record, and honestly,
First seed.
but wasn't it the best record overall in the league?
Yes, it was.
Right, and at the beginning of the year, I know this is might not be the most relevant information, but Aaron Rodgers posted a picture of MJ and Scottie Pippen, and he quoted The Last Dance because they signed a 1-year deal and they were saying that this was going to be their last try. And honestly, I can't see them going out like that without a single playoff win. Not Aaron Rodgers, not this team. And I know your stats are adding up, right? But
they are.
at the end of the day, Debo is a receiver, and they're gonna have to use him as a receiver because Aaron Rodgers, when he's gonna get the ball, they're gonna be scoring touchdowns, and if they're only running and not taking those chances, the chance they're gonna be stuck taking field goals, and I think that's how that game's gonna go.
Yeah.
Well,
And Jimmy Garoppolo too. I don't know if I trust that guy enough to take
You
down
saw,
Green Bay.
Oh, I don't trust
last
them.
week,
Looks a bit,
they shocked me what they did because
let's be honest, the Cowboys really didn't play well.
they didn't. They did.
You know, they honestly hurt themselves, and they also hurt Spontiki. Shout out. But shout out Spontiki, Cowboys fan. So honestly, 14 flags was unacceptable, and obviously it's the Niners' pressure doesn't help, but a lot of the flags were just they were useless, right?
They can't deny the fact that they almost got a comeback.
Yeah.
San Fran almost got a comeback, and that's why I think
Because-
Green Bay tomorrow night, Saturday night, Green Bay is gonna take on San Fran and they're gonna win. I don't see San Fran winning. I didn't even see San Fran beating the Cowboys, to be honest with you. So
Look,
I'm
if
going-
you're looking
I'm
at
going Green Bay.
If you're looking at Rodgers versus Garoppolo, no one would debate the fact that Rodgers is
Yeah.
top in that.
Right now,
Rodgers,
it's no debate.
top 5 quarterback of all time. San Fran defense, like I said at the beginning, 8th in points per game. That's a top defense. 4th in yards per play. 4th in yards per play. What's Rodgers' specialty? He has a big arm. Your gunslinger, you said that from the beginning. 4th in yards per play. They're not allowing big plays. They're not allowing big plays. They're Green Bay's first in the league in throwing picks. And San Fran's 6th against first downs as well. So how are they going to move the ball against a defense like that? Yeah, it's Rodgers. Yeah, he's the top 5 quarterback of all time. But when I'm basing myself off stats to help the gamblers and to help make a perfect analysis of this matchup, I don't see how Green Bay, everyone thinks Green Bay is the favorite, they're going to win, they're going to destroy them. I will take San Fran on the spread plus, and I take San Fran straight up as well on this underdog upset.
Honestly, I would probably go to San Fran spread too, but I think
Yeah.
if I were to go money line, if I had to choose for a money line, I would go Green Bay because San Fran will keep it close.
The spread stands at 5.5.
Yeah,
The over under is 47.
You know, this is the biggest spread
I'd
in
slap
the in
It
those.
was the biggest friend this
Yeah.
weekend.
I'd slap San Fran spread. Plus 5.5.
Yeah.
San Fran. Green Bay minus 5.5. No.
Like last
Because
week,
it will be a close game, no doubt about it. You guys heard all the stats Peter just brought out. I believe that San Fran, they're going to give Green Bay a tough run, but at the end of the day, Rodgers,
Rodgers is Rodgers, the MVP for a reason.
things you
Well,
see them do.
not the MVP yet, but I'd
Not
assume.
yet, but he's there with Brady. No.
You think those
Don't
are the
forget
top
about
two?
Devontae Adams.
No,
Devontae Adams is a great.
This guy,
he's a problem.
in single coverage, this guy will do anything he wants. They're going to have to double him. That's going to make their defense change.
They will run zone. They will sit back in zone. San Fran will sit back in zone. They will not play man to man, and they're for 100% going to double team Devontae Adams. I think personally that's the only threat, considering Randall Cobb's coming off IR also. I still think that's the only threat that Green Bay will
Well, look,
have.
You
Because
guys
the running
heard
game,
it?
I'm not scared.
you guys heard it. Green Bay's at home. They're first in the NFC. We'll see. So, Green Bay, at least to win, straight up. Green Bay to win.
Yeah, Green Bay.
San Fran,
San Fran.
Green Bay to win.
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
It was
Rodgers.
3 versus 1 on this game. Anything else to add?
Well, I just like to say last week there was a fair share of games that weren't very close, right?
Yeah. There were some blowouts.
Yeah.
Some-
I don't think there's gonna be any.
Nah, the
I'd
matchups
assume-
that are ahead, I cannot see any blowouts,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Well, we didn't expect.
Especially on the NFC.
We didn't expect the Bills to blow up the.
Patriots.
No, that I did not expect.
Did not expect.
But I was hearing some weather condition stuff, so I was
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe like it was
Storm
gonna be one of those games that we had during the season. We saw the Patriots beat the Bills, but it was
Like 6-9 was the score.
fluke weather
Was
conditions.
it
Honestly,
6-9 the score?
I think they won 9-6. How much did the
Oh
Patriots?
yeah. Scored one touchdown. They threw the ball 3 times. A
Yeah.
mess of a game.
It was a mess.
But what was the final? Because you guys lost to Jacksonville 9-6.
Yeah, I don't remember what the final score was that game, but I
You can
remember
tell us.
they scored.
Like
Him
10
and Sky
points.
scored 1 touchdown. Yeah, search out.
Yeah, like
Bills
a
pass.
crazy run. I remember, like a 50-yard run.
Last
That
week,
was a fluky game.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
but I still think that
Because, man-
what the Bills have against what the Pats have right now,
December
I still
26th.
thought the Bills were gonna win.
This one.
No, one before.
But
Alright,
it's
let's
just-
move on to the next game.
what's the next game? Wait, tell us
Next
the
game,
score.
oh yeah, let's just confirm the score. 14-10. They scored 2 touchdowns.
During the season, 14.
Yeah, 14-10.
Yeah.
Mac Jones, three completions, 19 yards.
What a game from
Yeah,
that
wow.
Newman
Listen, man, Josh
quarterback.
Allen's just something else.
Josh
Playing
Allen has
different.
been something else, yeah.
Alright, we'll get on to that game.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
last game.
right.
We'll get on to that game.
Okay, so the next one is Tampa
So the next
versus the
game
Rams.
is yeah.
I think this is the most intriguing game of the
Yeah,
week.
it is.
I think it's the most
It's one I'm
intriguing game
excited
of
to
the
watch
week.
too.
I count, yeah.
Sundays has 2 good games.
Sunday at 3, yeah. This game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 3?
3 o'clock.
And then 6:15 or
Yeah.
8:15?
6:30.
6:30.
Yeah.
The Bills versus Kansas. Okay, listen, Tampa's at home, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tampa's at home.
It's a tough one.
Honestly,
Because, man, those Rams, they really showed the Cardinals who was the best team in that division. Let me tell you.
listen, Tampa had an easy run last week.
Yeah, Philly didn't put up much of a fight, honestly. I think Hurts
That was another blowout. we saw
Hurts
last
was
week.
disappointing.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna go Buccaneers, just because it's Tom Brady, and I know what they could do as a team. They don't have Antonio Brown anymore. We know that. But
Is Blake Evans going to be enough?
what Brady could do with the ball, with I don't know. I don't see.
Especially in the playoffs.
I don't see Matt Stafford beating that
Look,
and McVay's defense.
I think the last game is a boost of momentum in that Rams offense, right? Because their defense, we know that they can perform. Jalen Ramsey is arguably the best cornerback in the league, right? And it takes more than one defensive player to stop like these receivers and Brady and Evans, right? But they also have Aaron Donald, right? And they have Von Miller, and Tampa lost 2 of their O-lines, I'm fairly certain,
Yeah,
right?
Tristan Wirfs out. They said it's a long shot for him to play.
Yeah, and their O-line had been one of their strong points. Their 5 main guys in the front had stayed healthy the whole season, and now they're going to go up against a Rams team that is built up on momentum.
2
Right?
Hall of Fame pass rushers and Von Miller and Aaron
done.
Donald with a young Leonard Floyd, who's a top pass rusher this year.
Let me tell you something. I have the Rams to win, but if Brady can pull that game off, let me tell you, I know I'm expecting a good show because his receiving core is not what it was at the beginning of the season, and I don't know, man. I think that Rams defense is really, really good.
I like the Rams. I do like the Rams, but I don't think they could beat Tom Brady and the Bucks.
Like, imagine Matthew
Money
Stafford
line,
eliminating Tom Brady.
Money line, I'm gonna go Bucks. But spread, I don't
Spread's
think.
2.5. Over unders 48.
Spread's 2.5. I even think Tom Brady's gonna win by 3. So I would put -2.5 Tampa and Tampa money line for that week's game. But I don't deny that it could be a close one. It could
Will be a
really
close one. It will be a close one.
I like seeing Matt Stafford offense. I like seeing their play actions. I like seeing their runs. But will it be enough to beat Tom Brady? Let's see.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
The GOAT. I don't know who's
No,
GOAT.
he-
He's not my GOAT.
He's not your goat.
No.
Who's your goat?
We'll get onto that
For
later.
football, that's
Yeah,
another
that-
talk.
I think
But
it's Brady.
he does have a lot of range, man.
A lot of rings, man.
He fills those hands.
So
but-
yeah.
See what Mr. Peter has to say. The
Alright.
notes.
Yeah.
I'm in dying. If you guys been watching football the last couple of years, you know Von Miller heats up in those playoffs. Yeah, he's getting old. He's been injured,
Vet.
but he heats up in those playoffs. You
vet.
saw him last week.
Mm-hmm. Played good last week.
Okay, so you're adding Aaron Donald, who's been defensive MVP the last couple of years, with Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, Leonard Floyd in the pass rush. A crazy defense. Okay, but I still think Brady takes that one. You add that pass rush with an injured O-line that the Bucks have, I still think Brady takes that one. Okay? What you have to know is Tom Brady, for the speed of getting rid of the ball, is a top 3 speed in the NFL. He gets that out in 2-point-something seconds, the ball. So that pass rush isn't really going to influence him that much. Isn't going to impact his game that much.
That's what I'm saying.
And we know Brady's
That's
a
what I'm
great,
saying.
and we know Brady's a great
He's crazy.
to counter what other defense bring to us,
He
brings
reads.
to him.
He reads.
He reads everything. He's the smartest player in the film room. He's on a different level. He knows exactly how to counter anything that's brought to him.
This is coming from a Bills fan.
It's coming from
Yeah.
a Bills fan that I have to endure Brady for the last 20 years of my life, beating us, winning the division every year. And I'm telling you, Brady's special, man. And all Bills fans will deny it, but I'm being a realistic fan here. I'm being a realistic. This is a realistic analysis, and I really think Brady's the best of all
You can't
time.
deny Tom Brady's stats and what he's done.
Another thing I'm gonna add: points per game this year. The Bucks second, touchdowns per game first, yards per game first downs per game second, pass yards per game first. I don't think this defense is gonna stop him. Rams, but yards per game allowed 15.
All those first places, that's a different like offense. You know, different receivers,
I agree
different
with
guys,
that. I agree with
different
that.
O line.
I agree with that. And the Rams during the season, of course, it's playoffs. Regular season doesn't really matter. But I'm just showing stats. Rams, they have all stars everywhere that are gonna heat up in this playoffs. But yards per game allowed, 15th place. First downs per game allowed, 17th. Passing yards allowed per game, playing against the number 1, they're 21st. Yes, they have Jalen Ramsey man-to-man with Mike Evans. What is he not going to do much? Yeah, you could double team Gronk. Who the hell are you going to throw to? It's Brady. He's going to pick up that. He's going to pick up that defense.
He's gonna
That's
see-
what I'm saying. Their
he's gonna see
offense, their other receivers show up when in need, just because they're playing for Tom Brady.
That's just a Brady thing.
It's
He's done it
true.
with no-name receivers his whole career.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Edelman,
saying.
Amendola. He's brought these
That's what
no-name
I'm saying.
players, make them.
I saw that. I saw a post that Danny Amendola thinks that he's going to see Brady in the Super Bowl again. I saw a post
That's
that
crazy.
he has a lot of money on the Bucks making it out of the.
Well, look, for this
That's
game, I want to see Brady win, just so
Yeah.
not jinx anything, but so we can have a nice Super
I'd
Bowl
like to see Brady in the
against
playoffs.
a team that's sitting very close to me.
He's comparable to LeBron James because
Yes.
because every time there's a Super Bowl, you think Brady, and every time there's an NBA championship, you think LeBron,
And-
because they've been there so often. I like to see change, but I don't think that if Brady gets knocked out this round, I'm gonna be shook because I think the only way he's getting knocked out is by the Packers if they meet.
Yeah, because I was gonna say the opposite.
No,
I think that
no.
Tampa's not gonna make it out. I think the Rams
No.
could win this game. I think they will.
And
But-
then the Packers are gonna
but- step up and beat the Rams in the NFC. But I feel like if the Rams play Tampa in the NFC Championship
Well,
game, they would
no,
lose. I think Brady would shut down Rodgers if
no
those
Sunday.
two teams matched up.
We'll find out Sunday at 3.
But the last game is probably the most exciting
The
one.
last game.
And that's the game
The
we'll
last
move
game.
on to right
Yeah.
now. Bills, Chiefs.
So your take was
Sunday night football.
Brady?
My take was
Let's
Brady.
say Tampa Bay.
Tampa.
I'm gonna go Rams, man.
Okay. 3-1. 3-1.
Bills, Chiefs.
Bills Chiefs.
Sunday night football.
Spread
6:30.
-2.5. I'm pretty
Patrick
sure.
Mahomes.
Buffalo -2.5 in KC. The over is
48.5, I think. I'm not sure.
The over is. Let's see.
54.
Wow.
It's an extremely high over.
You got two great quarterbacks though.
I think it's a
Two
little
high
bit.
octane offenses, but
Yeah,
yeah.
those offenses are scary. Those quarterbacks are scary. Those receiving cores are scary. This game is gonna be.
What looked scary last week, sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt
go
you.
ahead.
What
No,
looked
okay.
scary last week was the Buffalo Bills defense
Yeah.
against the Pats.
Mac
That
Jones
looked
was.
extremely
That was
scary.
frightening.
That was
Frightening.
scary.
What I'm sad about is the Bills not being at home
Yeah.
Sunday night.
Because those Bills fans, man,
Because those
love
Bills
to
fans
see
bring
them.
the
Bills
energy.
Mafia.
Bills
You want to hear
Mafia.
something about that though?
Tell me.
In the last 2 years, on average, the Bills have scored more points away than at home.
Okay. Maybe they stress at home. Maybe they stress.
And you know who's been waiting a long time for this game, right?
Who?
Diggs. Diggs was watching KC celebrate
He's-
exactly a year ago.
Everyone knows that infamous post of him
Yeah.
standing, staring
And
into the souls of the winning
he can't
AFC
wait.
champions. He
He's coming
can't
out
wait.
hungry.
Like
He's
you know he's
coming
coming out
out.
with that fire,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like
100%.
same
Those
Those
fire.
were, listen, they were further last year. They were in the championship.
championship.
AFC championship. So he doesn't want to have that feeling again. I don't think he's gonna allow it. I don't know.
Let me tell you something. I think if the Bills can beat the Chiefs this year, they're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Of course, I think they're a much more mature team. We were watching the other day Bills Chiefs last year. You know, there was a lot of stupid mistakes being made.
Well,
Nice
okay.
Turnovers for the mistakes.
Thanks for bringing that up. They played this season,
Yeah. In Kansas City.
In Kansas
and
City.
And the Bills won.
Bills won. Bills won.
And
nice.
again, now it's playoff time, it's different, right? Anything can happen, right? Like I said, the Bills, if they win on Sunday, they're gonna go to Super Bowl. But either of the teams, like the Bengals or the Titans, could obviously anything can happen.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Nothing's
for sure.
guaranteed,
It's
yeah.
football, any given Sunday.
But
They're all professionals.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs have had it to themselves for a lot of years, and I think they will continue to be a great team. But I think that this year, man, the Bills are gonna take it.
And the Bills are underdog.
The Bills are
They're
under.
So-
2.5 point underdogs.
Yeah.
I think this might be our only unanimous one. I think. We'll see
Look,
after.
you guys
but
mentioned what was super scary last week was that Bills defense. That Bills offense was scary. They
Nah.
touched the ball 7 times and scored 7 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They went flawless with no turnovers. That's never been done.
If they could do
No
that,
punts, no turnovers.
No
7
field
for
goals.
7.
If
Yeah,
we
it
could
would have been
do-
49, but
They missed 2 extra points.
that's probably what you're most worried about.
I'll be Tyler Bass is great. I don't know how those 2 missed.
wasn't
Whatever.
it? It was a cold day. I mean, maybe his
Cold
toes
day.
were frozen. You never know.
That guy didn't get on the field. Whatever. It was cold.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna go. Repeat the spread.
2.5
Two.
minus KC
Small.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Bills money line and spread too.
plus 2.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good one. Part of me wants to see the Bills win just because my friend is a really diehard fan. But listen,
After seeing what they did against the Patriots,
yeah,
They're hot right now.
they're
man.
hot.
They were ranked
Not
4th.
only are they hot, but they're good. You can't deny the fact that they're good.
Pats defense was ranked 4th.
And
in
the
defense
Chiefs,
against the pass.
The Chiefs this year, I said it from the beginning. The Chiefs this year, it was not gonna be their year. They were looking scary from the start. They were losing games they were not supposed to lose.
100%.
And listen, it's gonna be a good one. But I'm going Bills, baby. Bills.
Josh Allen looks like some ultimate team card that just doesn't make any sense. Like this guy's running the ball like he's a running back,
Yeah.
and he's just slinging across the field.
Yeah.
It's like it's not
Scary,
fair,
but-
you know? Yeah, because he's so big, man. And there's that picture of him hurdling over a Chiefs defender in their game this year, man. That was
I
crazy.
should have wore that T-shirt. I put it on a T-shirt.
That's
I
right.
should have
Wore
worn
on
it.
a T-shirt. Exactly.
But yeah.
Listen, A lot of people are gonna go Bills this weekend, but I think we have.
You know what I definitely hit? I hit Josh Allen with an over on rushing yards. I feel like
I hit
that
that last
might be a lock, a little sneaker for you
Good
guys.
little player prop.
Yeah.
Josh Allen at the over 65 yards, I'm pretty sure.
Rushing,
Rushing.
yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Is it actually 60?
I think so. Yeah, last week it was
Listen, we can't-
58.
That's a
last week.
lot.
Last week it was 58.
I didn't
and
know
he
it
hit-
would be that high.
You can't deny Patrick Mahomes though. Can't leave him
No,
out
of
this.
course.
Yeah,
Mahomes is the
no,
most talented quarterback in the
We're not
NFL.
talking about the Chiefs enough over here. Like the Chiefs have been,
They could do it.
they can obviously win this game. Anything can happen.
Mahomes
Right,
is
like-
the most talented quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
More talented than Brady, more talented than Rodgers. I
So what he
think.
can do.
Is what he could do. But I think Josh Allen's right up there.
Yeah,
I think if you put Josh Allen in a system that he played in Kansas City with Tyreek Hill and all these features, he does the same exact thing as
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, I think.
The rushing for Josh Allen is 50 and a half.
50 and a half?
50 and a half.
That dropped from last week. Last week it was 58.
Oh really?
So, yeah. Last week it was 58, so this week it's 50 and a half, which is a
I'm,
very
I'm,
good
I
crop.
think he's gonna throw more.
Obviously he'd throw more, but when this guy has the
He's
room
gonna
to take
He's gonna
space,
run.
he will take it. You know.
He will run.
Because the scary thing is that he's sending his receivers deep, and that means the DBs are deep. That opens up space, you know, because he has the ability to just rip a dot down the field or actually be able to run and not risk fumbling the ball or getting hurt, right? He doesn't have to slide. This guy's stiff-arming defenders like it's nothing.
Look, we've seen Josh Allen in the past get a bit nervous, get a bit stressed. He doesn't look like that this year at all. At all, he doesn't look like that. And
This
the
guy,
Chiefs,
he's happy. He's ready to
he
go.
looks, he's ready to go. And I don't know if the Chiefs don't have a good pass rush, a good enough pass rush to actually say, I'm a bit worried as a fan that this guy's going to get slowed down by this pass rush. There's nothing. There's Chris Jones in the middle, and okay, that's it. So I think Josh Allen's going to play a hell of a game. Hopefully he goes 7 for 7 again. I don't really see that happening because that was insane.
That was a crazy.
But I'm going Bills.
So your picks Sunday night?
I'm going Bills, baby.
Bills.
Bills,
Yeah.
Bills,
Bills?
and Bills.
Bills.
Wow,
Unanimous.
If the Bills could bring what they brought last week, wow.
Look.
Unstoppable, great, best football I've seen in a while, you know?
We're counting out the
They're
Chiefs,
good,
and
good football.
I'm really like saying this because I feel like the timing's finally gonna work out for the Bills because I've been watching a lot this year and the Chiefs had a flaky year. I know they started picking it up more at the end, but I feel like this year they're gonna play that Bills team and they're gonna be too much to handle.
The Bills.
Yeah,
It'd be too hot.
too hot to handle. Season 3, you guys have seen it. Shout out. You guys know what's good.
Let's be honest, fans are tired of that Brady-Mahomes matchup.
Yeah.
And we've been seeing that last couple
I
of
feel like
years.
we're due for a change, you
We're
know.
due for a change
Good for
here.
Josh Allen, Mahomes.
Due for little Josh Allen. Little Josh Allen and Rodgers would be nice, but even though I went,
But man, these familiar faces, they're trying to keep proving why they belong there. But
Well, there's a reason why
The
it's
NFL
making
has got
this
half
year,
a
right?
$1 billion.
yeah,
This year, the NFL was one of the probably the closest seasons I
yeah.
ever saw.
Yeah.
Like
It was a
every,
really entertaining season.
like the records were pretty tight.
And a lot of teams beat a lot of teams,
And a lot
man.
of good teams
Some upsets.
missed out on the
A
playoffs.
lot of upset,
Yeah,
yeah.
a lot of
Good teams
good
missed out on
teams missed out on the
playoffs.
playoffs.
Going into the playoffs, I thought the Colts were going to be the scariest team to beat.
Yeah,
They didn't even make
They
it.
didn't
They didn't make it. They lost to Jacksonville.
the Chargers didn't make it.
Chargers didn't make it.
It was tough.
So that's our picks, analysis.
That's our analysis.
The weekend, full of football.
Of course.
Should be some great, some nice games.
Can't
Round
wait for
two.
Saturday. Saturday, 4:35. You guys already know. Oh man, all those games.
Don't text him, don't call
Wherever
him,
he's
don't,
gonna be.
don't
All-
anything.
My
No,
phone's
but
on D&D.
If you think I'm missing any of these playoff games, I'm not. Like now it's the time. Now it's when these teams are showing why they've worked all year. Like these are the most important games, right?
Playoffs,
Like
man. Playoffs. Any given
legacies are on the line, man. And I feel like Buffalo is not gonna lose to Kansas
Sunday.
City
I hope
again.
not, man. I hope not.
Knock on some wood, man.
Knocking some wood because an AFC championship matchup hopefully is gonna be right here
I hope.
because
Ooh.
We'll come back to you on that.
we'll get back. Yeah, we'll definitely get
Yeah.
back to the
We'll
people
get
on
back-
that.
We'll
Yeah.
get back next week. and
If
see.
you're tuning in, thank you. We appreciate it. We hope you guys
Yeah, thank you so much.
enjoyed.
This was an emergency episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoy it. It helps influence your picks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
And we'll see what happens this weekend. You know?
Yeah.
Sure.
Football, baby.
Fortunately, we'll be playing in the jungle, but who day, stand strong. Let's go Bengals. Titans don't have it, man. It's good.
Good.
That's good.
Okay.
Good deal, man. Spec, thanks for coming, guys.
Okay, bro. Let's go.
That was good, man.
I think so.